Delivery, so we've been working overnight.
You need to share your thoughts with me more, eh? Like hidden secrets and then last
Still
second.
working on. As the sound, this is like nothing else. What do you reckon? Ash, get that one. Oh, Jack, you take that one.
Oh, look at him go.
Someone should have picked the meat out.
That bumper's got to come off, man.
Keep going.
We might crack a meter here. Morning! Delivery. So we've been working overnight. We've done a late night run up to Express Metal Products and a late night run to the powder coating shop. We got all bits. You guys want some bits?
Lots of bits.
Yeah? This should be it. This should be the end of the part for this run. So there's the truss, all powder coated. That's come up good. And here's all your front end bits.
Yep. So we did cut it.
Huh?
Couldn't wait for fold.
No.
So yesterday we had the yesterday we covered off that whole coilover doesn't fit with it. We ran through that. So this is my solution here. We just knocked up a couple of brackets. We couldn't wait for folding overnight. We needed like 12-hour turnaround on the part, so we went cut only. Pedro can still stick it together nicely. So in here we've cut off the standard shock brackets, and then these ones here are going to come out from here, and this is obviously a different diameter to the standard shock as well, so it gets the bottom in the right position and clears everything. And then on full lock, this hits also, so we're going to change this brake line. I think this thing will be rolling today.
You remember if we go back to the start of this episode when I said
Bolting.
this is a bolting kit for this thing as well, which should be all bolt in again. It never happens.
No, we
It
don't.
never. Why? I'm pretty sure that someone's just messes with my emotions.
I think we've discussed this a couple times,
America
eh?
has different bolts.
Oh right, it's the imperial
It's
bolt.
just imperial
Different
metric.
thread on the bolts makes it.
It just makes absolutely
just-
nothing line up. Is it possible to get the thing on the wheels today?
We need tyres fitted.
I've got another surprise.
Oh, you got some wheels?
I got a text message first thing this morning. The wheels will be at Bob Jane T-Mart's at 9:30 this morning. They're coming down from their warehouse, or up from their warehouse in Melbourne, I think he said.
You need to share your thoughts with me more, eh?
I'm still working.
You keep all these like hidden secrets and then last
still
second.
working on some things in the background. All will be revealed soon.
my fingers.
Yeah? All right, you guys pumped? What's your plan for today, you two? Are you powering your wild? That's a nice little shirt.
Yeah.
Goes with the patrol.
Is that one? Is that one that Red Arc sent me that you've intercepted?
Taxed, yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Cool.
Righto.
Let's get into it.
I love it. Look when a plan works. It's always his idea that I should play, and he always loses. It's great. I've won once. No, it's just like the easiest way to just get a chance to not do something that you don't want to do. I'm chopping out the inner guards because now obviously we have a coilover tower, so just gotta nicely work it all out. So
Measure twice, cut once.
no, I measured once, I'm going to cut once, then measure again, then cut it. Then until it works.
You proud?
I don't know what I'm doing. It'll do.
That's the sound of a Fronius is like nothing else, eh? And that's the pulse. You can hear that. That's the actual pulse. Check out the welds these things lay down. Like, don't get me wrong, you need a good tradesman to be able to operate the tool right, but dude, they are just next level. How's the sound of that thing, eh?
It's on point. It's great.
They sound unreal.
Yeah.
It sounds like, it just sounds like high end.
Yeah.
That's like the sound of a Ferrari at 10,000 RPM.
Well, controlled TD, like 4.5.
Sounds nothing like a TD. Sounds nothing like a TD.
Overall.
Easier,
I can't
harder.
wait to try it on aluminium because it's got that double pulse. It would be like.
That's where they
Yeah.
shine. So we use these on everything Patriot Campers welds. It's only welded with Fronius welders, and the consistency that you get, but the beads that you can lay down. Like I just said,
Yeah.
you still need a good operator. Obviously, you need a good tradesman behind it. But a tradesman's only as good as his tools, eh? They say.
That's correct.
Yeah. All right. We're gonna go get some tyres fitted now. Ashton, you ready?
Yeah.
So let's get down to the crew there. Let's get some 40s. You ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Done.
Let's go. All right, boys. We'll see you soon. Alright, we're at our local Bob Jane T-Mart. So this is the Bob Jane T-Mart store in the Rang. Pretty much anywhere you live in Australia, there's a Bob Jane T-Mart somewhere, right? These guys they are a corporation now. But like I said before, the best thing about Bob Jane T-Mart, they are still independently family-owned business. And this business has been handed down to a second generation now. There's a lot of construction going on over in the background. I can see the camera guys like, oh, noise. But anyway, actually, let's go inside. We'll meet the team first. Bob Jane did supply me these tyres. We've had those 40s sitting in the shed for a long time.
Yeah.
We might get a little bit more information on the Yokohamas that we're running, on the Geolanders. Never run them before. Really unique pattern. My wheels should be here somewhere. I hope they're right. I'm still, from the pictures, I'm not 100%. I'm not 100% on them. But at the moment, beggars can't be choosers. 8 lug, 0 offset in the 17x9 is not a very common wheel. So there's probably a good indication there with Bob Jane T-Mart. They're the only place in the country that I could find that wheel, believe it or not. So let's get inside, we'll catch up with Michael and we'll see if we can get this thing going. Morning!
Hey, Justin,
What's going on?
come look at these wheels.
That's definitely us, isn't it?
Oh, we've got some fuel beasts. Oh,
That's pretty gangster.
yeah.
What do you reckon, boys?
Not bad.
Oh, dude.
Nice.
Yeah, it's not, that is definitely not typical of us, but dude, badass. Now, like I said before, really limited on wheel choice here in Australia because this is an 8 lug wheel, right, in a 0 offset. So I don't even know why you would have them in the warehouse.
We got these in for you.
Yeah?
Yep, especially for you. We have a
Unreal.
massive range of wheels, so if you do decide that you don't like them, mate, take your pick.
Yep. Check out, we'll leave in all of this, have a look at all of this behind. How many different ranges or brands of wheels do you guys have?
I lose count, and especially with Wheel Pros, which is American,
Yep.
we can air freight anything from the States.
That's the other thing I wanted to talk to you about. Those Yoko Geolanders.
Yeah, the SLTs, yep.
Have you had any experience with them?
And they're extremely good in the mud.
Yep,
Extremely
awesome.
good off-road, which is
Right.
what you're buying it for, yeah?
Yeah, exactly, and that's what the whole build's about. What are the four-wheel drive brands? What four-wheel drive brand tyres do you guys?
Well, BF Goodrich comes to mind. Number one for a long
Ashton's
time.
FJ? Yeah?
The new Yokohama range, the ones we've got you, the
Yep.
new XAT,
Yep.
the normal all-terrain.
Yep.
We've got Fuel, we do Pirellis,
Yep.
we do Bridgestones, you name it, we can get it.
Yeah, like everything, and for us, that is now, it's limitless for us. So all the different access to all of the different brands, we can come back and give you guys some real life information without any agenda. Now that we've partnered up with Bob Jane T-Mart, I'm super excited about it.
Let's do it.
Yeah?
Ready, boys?
You want to fit some 40s?
Let's do it.
Sure.
It's done.
Let's do it. going on? Trying my TV over here, mate.
Mate, I'm working, alright?
Okay, all jokes aside now. Serious TV faces. Where are we at, guys?
Why don't you work with some real actors? Oh, okay.
Now, what's going on? Where are we at?
Pen hard rod mount is going on.
Yep.
We had to make some mods to it because normally that pan hard, that whoop to go around the diff nugget,
Yep.
is normally mounted to the chassis.
Yep.
And we can't go end to end, so we've had to go top to bottom. So it's now
gotcha.
mounted to the diff, so we've had to lift it a little bit.
Yep.
But then it brings us parallel to the steering arm as well, so it's looking pretty good at the moment.
Yep.
After we do that, he's already tagged together the shock mounts to go on the back.
They don't look like they've been laser cut. Did I hear you say before you found a drill press in my workshop somewhere?
No, it was outside. I put it in my bay.
That's why it was outside. Generally speaking, we laser cut everything here, but when you got the master fabricator, he's like, dude, I'll cut that with an angle grinder and drill it before you could even do a drawing. And if you speak to anybody in the US that says my stuff will bolt into a right-hand drive, they are lying to you.
Take it with a grain of salt.
Huh? Take it with a grain of salt. So this is, I think in hindsight, what we probably should have done, and if I was to do this again, I probably would have ordered the axles naked. I would have ordered them with no bracketry on them. And then obviously with us with the resources we've got with the scanning that, we probably would have been better off starting from scratch, eh?
Yeah. I reckon so. We're probably going to learn the same things either way.
But like
grinding.
I keep saying, the best part about this is we can feed this information back into the boys over there that we've been working with, and they'll get it bang on. Yeah, for the next ones. Where we at? Rear end's in. Done.
And just doing the nut and bolts.
Complete. Yep.
Not complete, we still got to do pinion angle, but
Okay.
already measured it, we're pretty much in the center. So
Yeah.
we're good.
That's it. It was that simple. See how easy that stuff happens? You've probably watched about 40 minutes of footage and it's in. It's crazy. 2 20-minute blocks. That's it.
Here we go.
It's 2 blocks.
Here we go.
That's all it is. These guys complain about the hours and that they work. It's everything's measured here in 20-minute blocks. This is 2 blocks for you guys. Is this what you're looking for? It's a used one. I had it on the shelf. I've got a plan for it.
Hold on. What's it called? It's new used. Yeah, it's new used.
No, this, okay, so I have got a plan for another compressor to go on this, but this is a compressor that I actually, look, I'll be honest with you. Oh, you actually would have seen by now, we had a rolled trailer come in here. So this has actually come out of that rolled over trailer as well. It's a little airbag man compressor. This thing is perfect for lockers. Yeah?
For now.
Yeah, for now. Perfect. No dramas. So I think if you just bolt that in somewhere, once we get that that electronic unit in, we should be able to program one of the auxiliary switches for that to wire straight into the auxiliary switch on the dash. Might just have to do a little bit of research.
I was just gonna ghetto fab it, put 2 switches in your center console. And
Like patrol it.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. And unit as well. But look, airbag man compressor, these are the compressors that we run in all of the Patriot models, all the X-Ranger models. They just control the airbags, really reliable, good little compressor. That'll do for now because we're gonna need a big compressor in this thing to pump those 40s up.
yeah. People have actually started to think about new cars and actually putting switches in the cars which eliminate or run all your wires, doing all this crazy stuff, cutting into dashes. This has 4 auxiliary switches. So we're going to use 3 for 2 lockers and a compressor, but for now this will work perfectly. If I still had an exhaust shield here, I could probably put it there. It would probably protect it. Put it in the comments. Where should I put it? We're going in the tub, out of the tub. Can I drill into the tub? Should you listen to the twins? Should you listen to Steve?
Yes, listen to us.
So many questions.
We're intelligent.
Perfect.
That's the way.
Can I not put it there? Good.
suction there.
Lay it down. It looks pretty good now. I'm pretty happy with it now. It's a little frustrating. We've been through a few iterations here. This one here is normally attached up here, but the panard's flipped on this vehicle because it's right-hand drive. So
Yeah.
we still needed that to get around the diff. Still needed that curve, so we've had to use the top end at the bottom and the other way around there. We started off down here at the genuine position, and then we went up 50 mil to clear the drag link, and then when that side was up in bump and this side was in droop, and then we had all that working, and then as you turn full lock this way, this arm obviously comes in a little bit, and that was touching, so we went in 20 mil. But I think you're good to go now. Stick it on.
Get some blow out.
What bin?
That bend.
Oh, here.
Looks
yeah.
right.
We tried to get in the right spot.
I did a fair bit of tweaking to get it.
Well,
there, but-
considering it's back to front,
Yeah.
it looks like that's how it was meant to be.
Yeah, that is normally up here.
Yeah.
So it normally clears everything, but
Yeah.
put on the
We're getting close. We're getting close to seeing this thing on the ground. Is it going to happen today?
No.
Not with that attitude.
It's not like banging on the laser cutter and go,
It's like 5 minutes.
20 minutes, Justin.
No, that's 5. 20's a bit excessive for that job. You can build a whole car in 20 minutes. All right, the wrap up for the day. The boys are just doing the final touches. Pedro has just finished all the welding. Twins are over the back there cleaning up. Steve and Jack are just putting the pan hard rod in. What a friggin' day. Like, this is it's just turned into a monster project, but a really fun one. Fun one for all the boys. We just kind of keep just going that next level, you know. Now we're doing a lot of suspension stuff. Not really happy with the way everything's come together, to be honest with you. I thought it was going to be a lot easier than this, and I know I always say that, but this one I genuinely thought it was going to go together a lot easier. But a lot of development wasn't done when I ordered all this stuff, and the right-hand drive is just obviously just put everything off. The other big thing is I'm kind of glad that it went this way as well, because the boys are really owning the full articulation of this truck. So what you're about to see now is just the start of where the Gladiator is going to be. So just to quickly recap, whole rear end is in custom made truss in the back to hold the upper arms for the 4-link system. We're still a little bit concerned about this shock length here. We're not getting full travel out of the shock, so it might be a job for tomorrow. Now we can get the thing on the ground, that we can flex the thing up. I think we can get a lot more down travel out of this thing, maybe about another 3 inches. So these mounts here, I'd assume they're going to end up here. Custom front lower shock mounts, custom sway bar mount. There's just a lot going on in here, which is pretty cool. It's been a cool project, hasn't it?
always keeps me very entertained.
Yeah, but this is a fun one. This isn't one of those, oh my god, I don't want to do that again ones, is it?
This is a good week off from the bigger projects in the background.
Yeah, exactly. And there is a lot of bigger projects happening in the background. Everyone had a good day? You boys had a good day? Absolutely. Steve, you happy?
Always happy.
I think everybody deserves it. I think now it is time to bring in the 40's.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Christian Ashton, let's go get the 40's. Let's get them on. Let's see this thing on the ground for the very, very first time.
I forgot how big 40's are.
Ash, get that one. Oh, Jack, you take that one.
Throw it at me.
What do you reckon? Huh?
It's definitely a 40, isn't it?
Pick it up, Steve. Throw it on.
Pick it up, throw it on.
Lift with your legs.
Oh, look at it go.
All right, Ash, you do that. I'm doing it. Dude, that was ridiculous.
Come on, throw it up.
Oh, there's two of them. That's not cheating because there's two of them. You know they've got the same fingerprint, the same DNA, the same retina scan.
Roll.
And yeah, the DNA in their head, you know, everything is identical with those two. So it's not cheating when they do things together. Yeah, kind of, Steve made that look a little bit easier. How did you even do that? What do you think? What do you think of the rim? Good.
Man, I like it.
I like it. I'm not set on the colour.
Yeah, the colours kind of threw me off a bit, but you know what?
Massive beadlock bolts. That's on point.
Colour kind of. I mean, I know it's a colour, but it kind of fades away.
Dude, it's like the whole two-tone
subtle.
thing. Here's the whole thing with Bob J and T-Marks. Now, if you don't like them, what we're doing with those guys is they're using us as testing guinea pigs. For wheels, braking stuff,
Whatever we say.
different
we like
tyres.
as a fella.
No, we get the opportunity to try different brands of tyres now, different brands of wheels, see what holds up, what doesn't, what pop speeds.
Patrol stuff, I suppose they do.
They don't do any patrol stuff, mate. US trucks, so you would have seen an episode earlier today, they actually stock wheels for all the US trucks, they stock wheels for the Jeeps, 8 lug wheels, where else do you even go to get them? So Bob Jane T-Marts are absolutely crushing with the 4x4 industry, but I'm pretty happy with these. I think something completely different, but goddamn.
I like it.
Like,
We know the offset, like it's as far in as it can go, and it's.
well, these are zeros.
You know, back in the day, whenever you used to run like the 15s with the 35s, and it looked crazy.
I know someone who runs 15s with 35s. Christian's Patrol, this is the first time that anyone's seen it on the cheap. If you follow the Patriot Games Twins page, if you follow their Instagram page, you would have seen a lot of it going on at this. Remember how cool Allieds were?
Well, it's still cool.
They are still cool. But when he picked up his Patrol, the first thing he says was, "I've got to change those wheels, Dad." I'm like, dude, they are Allieds. Like when I was your age, if you were running Allied wheels on anything, you were the. All right, let's stop yapping. You want to see this thing sitting on the ground on 40s? I know. Let's get it done. That's ridiculous. They don't take as much as I thought they were going to. I mean, they're out there, don't get me wrong, but it's not as bad as I thought.
We can cover that.
That's nearly acceptable.
So with Dynatrack, these are the 68.5 inch wide. You can actually get 72 inch wide, and then you can run massive offsets on those, and that's what they do in the US. Unfortunately, in Australia, where already that is illegal as it gets in Australia right now. You see how much it's poking out, but we're going to fix that. We're going to fix that with the guards a little bit later on down the track, but that looks absurd. Like good absurd.
Yeah, I dig it.
All right, we're going to put this thing on the ground, all right?
Yep.
Dumb.
Oh, it's close.
That looks absurd. Absurd. Well done, boys. Sick job, mate. Sick job, dude. I think we've done it again. Hey?
Other ballast. It's perfect. It's
Now this
good.
one is here, without a doubt, an Australian first. A Jeep Gladiator on 40-inch tyres.
With
That's going to be road registered,
tracks.
isn't it, Jack? This isn't this.
Don't.
I hate it when he does that.
I'll work it out.
I've invested a little bit too much for it not to happen because this ain't going backwards. We're not going no 35.
We've got the plan.
Yeah. That's it, guys. I'm going to wrap it up here for today. We will come back to you very soon. We'll show you how this thing's going to flex. I think the plan for tomorrow, get the guards off, get all the welding buttoned up, sort out what's going on with that rear end. If everything goes all right tomorrow, we're going to be back down to Bob J and T-Marts, getting the thing wheel lined so you get to see it rolling down the road on a trade plate. And then Jack's going to do his bit and get it engineered. I hope you've enjoyed this part of the build series. Another twist, yeah? Another good twist. I think we've done it good, yeah?
Yeah.
We'll catch you next time. Morning, everybody. Well, it is the day after the day before. We all walked in here this morning and everybody said exactly the same thing. Wow, there's a Jeep in the factory on 40s. Yeah, that happened. And you saw it here first. So, what we're going to do this morning, we're going to get the little forklift. I think first job, pull all the guards off. Yeah? let's disregard the guards for today. Let's just look at straight out geometry, flex the thing as much as we can, measure up for the bump stops, we'll get the bump stops sorted, figure out what we're going to do with the rear end, and then we'll worry about the guards later on down the track.
Yep.
We'll put them back on. Tail shafts, front and rear tail shafts are going to be here this morning, we're told. So we're waiting on the local supplier down the road here to weld them up. They've had a few issues with that. All right, that's the plan for today. Let's get the guards off. Let's see how much articulation we can get out of this.
Open wheeler. Call them Des and Troy.
All right, here comes in the flex machine. So the forklift up here is multi-purpose. It's for a few things. So the plan is right now.
Hey, Tiny, you're gonna clean his windshield?
So what we're going to do now is we're going to flex up the front, check all, nothing's binding up in the front, check the clearances, measure the bump stops, see if there's anything that we can do at this stage right now, if everything's in the right spot, anything that might need to move so we can just get that little bit more out of it. And then we'll move to the rear and we'll do the rear, and the boys will spend the rest of the day just making all those modifications. So fingers crossed there's nothing that's going to be show stopping here, but you don't really know on the big jobs. You might run into some issues, we might not, but we'll find out in just a second. How much?
I reckon
615.
I'm going 800.
I'm gonna go 900.
All right, 687.
Shit,
It should go a metre, but it's
pretty accurate.
480.
Really?
Yeah.
If it goes 480, the build's over.
I was gonna say.
If it goes 480, that's it. I'm done.
We've got 900, we've got 800, we've got 700.
I'll go 8. I'll go 849.
Okay, let's go. Oh, we're on the bumper. We're gonna have to pull that bumper. Yeah, I know, but we're gonna hit that bumper.
We're almost on it. Are those?
Keep going.
Someone should have picked a meter. Keep going.
Keep going. We're not off the ground. Not even close. That bumper's got to come off, man. Just.
I don't know, like if the bumper was off, like it was.
We've got to take the bumper off.
Yeah, take it off. Like,
We got 830. Go back down, pull that bumper off. No, that's not the final. Pull the bumper off. That's a good point. Once we get that down travel out the back, that's going to be like another 70 odd mil, right?
like 100-ish.
We might crack a meter here. I'm impressed. I threw out 800 because I thought it wouldn't go 800. All right, bumperette's off. How cool is this with the Jeeps? They're made for the aftermarket, eh? How cool is that?
Yeah.
That little bumperette just comes straight off. Pretty cool. All right, let's go again. Good on that cider, Jack?
Yeah, just a little bit.
Keep going. Okay, just off the ground there. Okay, so we're at
840.
840. Who wins? Ash, well done. 840 mil. But I think we'll do that again after we modify the rear. Listen, if we undo the rear shocks, right, then flex that front up as much as we can, then we'll measure where that shock mount needs to be, right?
Yeah.
That rear shock mount.
Yeah, we can go.
Because
Like,
it's this shock that's holding the car back from going up further.
yeah, we'll pull the bottom off.
It's out of down travel. Okay, closed is 468 on the rears. Yeah. So what have we got on that side now?
I mean, the up travel was pretty good with the guard. I don't think you want to go any more there. If we can find like a nice off the shelf upgraded bump stop if it needs to be improved. I mean, these.
So if we go 55 mil up there, then we'll get 55 mil down here, and that's not going to equal the same at the front. But you'll get a little bit more.
Yeah, we don't want any more up travel, otherwise these arms are going to start nicking out.
Bump, Jacks. You're not allowed to use up travel and down travel anymore, Tim said.
Bump and droop.
You have to use bump and droop. We got to talk brake though.
I really want to modify that further. It's pretty.
This thing is pretty friggin' dope. I know the way that Dad builds cars, and when Dad said he's going to build a mud punching flex monster, I didn't believe him. It's got over 800 mil of travel, which is absolutely crazy. Like, that thing has what, 450?
Yeah.
Yeah, like something like that.
Yeah,
that is 450 mil under 35s. That's 8. That's like 840 mil under 40s. It drops 40s like below these guys. It's crazy, and we haven't even tweaked anything. Like, we can change shocks, we can do long arms, change bumps, all of that, and get even more out of it. But just as a baseline, that's insane, crazy.
Bolt here, 40 mil there. Re-glue, solved.
Pedro, before we go and start cutting, is this the right way to go about it, or are we better off making new ones?
I'll move this 40. I'll recad this. I'll order the sheet metal, and then we'll have it post-wheel alignment, and we'll decide what we want to do.
So you get a whole new bracket, 40 mil higher,
Yep.
and then just order in just a lug for here. The Pedro can just smoke in there, bolt it in, check it. We're like, yep, that works. Cut it off and put a new one in, or no, that's a pain in the ass. You can cut them back out. Yeah, that'd make the most sense. But that's probably going to happen off camera.
Probably sitting at home right now wondering, why we're putting the wheels back on. Let me tell you, right now we can't actually fit the front drive shaft because we have so much droop. So what that means is we've got to put it on the ground, put the drive shaft in, then we're going to lift it up till we're almost touching the bits that are stopping us from flexing and drive shaft hits. We're not going to do a self-clear, but for now we'll get it on the ground, get the drive shaft in, we'll check the pinion angles, get everything buttoned up, do a brake bleed, and we should be done. Should be done.
On this episode of Patriot Chop Chop.
All right, this is it. So the Jeep's going on the ground for the final time today. Bleed the brakes. We're just going to put some power on it now, see if it'll actually let us drive. Now, I've read a couple of forums that says when the lockers are disconnected, the thing goes into limp mode. Don't know whether that's true or not. Battery's back in it. Brakes are getting ready to be bled, and we might take it for a quick lap around the car park, maybe. Right, am I good? Am I ready to fire it up? The dash is lit up like a Christmas tree.
Let's get you started.
Yeah, check engine lights on, then I can see lockers lights are on. Oh, that's a locker clicking. Okay, so we got check engine light on. We've got something going on here to do service the four-wheel drive system. I'm pretty sure the four-wheel drive system does not need service. Off and back on. Oh, I'm driving. We're rolling. We're moving. Yeah. Feels like the power's all there. There's not a lot of it yet. Come on, get in. Hot lap.
You can feel those.
We got a Jeep on 40s, you can feel the knobbies, eh? What do you reckon?
I'm still gonna run them.
We got a Jeep on 40s, Dad.
Hell yeah, boy.
Morning! Come over here, we'll show everyone, we'll show Sarah. What do you reckon?
How big are they?
You only get like quarter lock, and then it's just hitting on the shock. Anyway, it needs a bit of modification, but it's going, it's rolling. Well done. I think we did it again. What do you reckon?
It's cool.
Yeah?
It's so cool.
It's badass, eh?
Yeah, really cool. It looks like a completely different vehicle.
It is Friday.
Not me.
We've got our one. Him. Cheers, boys. Well done. Cheers. Cheers.
What number plate we get?
Jackie, you gotta open that beer, dude.
Yeah, you can't cheers.
I can't help myself. We got to flex it up a little bit. Now we've got a little bit of an issue right now on full lock, and we don't want to pull out any brake lines or anything silly. But I think if I hit one of the rocks out the front here square on, it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Yeah, keep coming up, keep coming up. That's hitting the rock right now.
Power up.
Power up, power up. Power up, power up.
Rock is unplugged in.
Oh, hubs. Oh, hubs.
Yeah.
Lock the hubs.
Oh, stop the hub. Try that again. Go a little left. Alright, there's the rock.
You got a center just one? It's not in 4. I thought X was locked. No, it's not in 4. It's just not moving.
Try 4 high. Yeah, I'm not getting any lights here either.
Yeah, the front shaft's not moving.
Am I on it?
Yep, go up.
That feels better.
You sure it's not that plug?
Why would the four-wheel drive not be working?
Off-road plus unavailable, shift to four-wheel drive.
It must be one that goes.
It's got to be.
It's got to be a shifting.
It's got to be.
Oh.
Well, the dash is saying we're not in four-wheel drive, but we're in low.
Right there.
It's saying positive connection on the battery as well, which all kind of relates back to that same thing, I suppose. It's like it's shifter, mate. Like it doesn't know it's trying to go into low range. Because if I try and use any of the functions, it just says put the car in low range.